I'm Jotham Mishambi. I'm glad to be here.
I'm Wendy JR. So you call me Muhanguzi. Actually, I'm now Muhanguzi at this point right now for this segment.
Hello, my name is Lydia. I'm glad to be here.
Hi, my name is Kasule, and I'm always glad to be here.
What's up? My name is Maestro. I'm a rapper, and I'm happy to be here.
Hello, my name is Wendy. Glad to be here.
Hi, my name is Mootonoh, prolific. I'm glad to be here.
My name is Klaus. Trust. I'm happy to be here.
Everyone's using nicknames. It's Lord Craig. It's a privilege to call me that, but Craig Abraham is happy to be here.
Great.
So the topic at hand, this is close to the last session. Are the youth today lazy, and can they make it without connections? Question, number one question. The youth of today are seen by the old generation as lazy. Why is that so?
I'd like to say
They're self-entitled, man. I see, like, okay, you talk to most of your parents. By 18, all of them are out of their mother and father's house. For you, 34, you're still there. In your mother, in the bed that you grew up in, really. So for me, I think that,
What's your answer?
yeah, they see it because we are self-entitled to a great degree, you know? And we believe that we deserve so much, and yet we haven't really put in
but is
much.
that an excuse?
No, but I'm
saying it
explaining
it's an
why.
excuse.
It's why they look at us like
No,
that.
but that's an excuse.
In what way?
In the sense that you're giving yourself a crutch. Right? Or that's self-entitlement, so but do something about it. So you're living in your mom's house. Does that mean you can't make money?
No, that's exactly because the question he asked was why is it that they see the youth like this?
The first question he asked was
No, the first question was like an introduction.
the youth are lazy, and without if they didn't have connections, do you think they'll make it?
No.
no.
Yeah, hell no.
Hell
Yeah,
no.
you can't.
You can't.
Yeah,
So do something about it.
Because the thing is, honestly, like you look at, okay, our parents' generation, even if they didn't have connections, someone, works hard in school and then, get a job and then make money and then eventually build yourself up. But now,
That's the
even if
reputation
you
you
work
build.
hard in school, jobs are where.
I feel like the youth today are a product of the society that they live in. We cannot harshly judge the youth and generalize them necessarily because, we cannot compare our generation. It was a different time. Uganda was a different country. Our education system was completely different. Now it's complete trash. There's so many extenuating factors. Just look at the population vis-a-vis the jobs available. You understand? The fact that we're unable to start businesses and rely on multinational companies for employment. There are so many extenuating factors. I'm not saying that the youth today are not are very competent, but I do not think that they should be held on ransom and say, oh, youth today are lazy. No, not necessarily. I'm not saying that they are.
No.
I'm not saying that
they are.
So they are product of the times they're living in. And I always get annoyed when someone compares. You cannot compare our generation and something today to what happened way back when, because they're different times.
Anyway, true.
Totally different times. I feel comparison is the thief of what's it?
But you see, also that's the thing. You really want to say that we should just because environmental factors are like this, now we should make excuses for people.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it's an excuse, but I'm saying that as we discuss this, keep it in mind. That we should not judge too harshly, because there are also other factors that have contributed to the way youth today react and
You see, that's the thing. The world out there is harsh.
Excuses.
Excuses.
That's what I'm saying. Excuses. We can't make excuses
But
because
I get
the world out there is harsh.
The
No one is going to hold your hand.
harsh,
Hold on a
but
minute.
it's different. The
Nothing
circumstances are
happened,
different. Their world being harsh, maybe at the time that my parents were my age, they were in a Uganda that was recovering from war. They were in a Uganda where they had nothing coming up. They had to build all the buildings. Even this place probably wasn't there at that time. The world is harsh for us differently than it is from them. I understand that there are some people who can be lazy and we shouldn't make excuses, but it's not one size fits all. The older generation, I think one thing that we also need to understand is that just because, I think many of them think we're lazy because we don't want to do the conventional thing.
Just because
If we don't want to be lawyers, engineers, doctors, you don't have a career, that job, people who work on the radio, even radio personalities who we know today, people like Crystal Newman and all these other radio presenters, for the longest time, their families, other people kept telling them, but when are you going to get a real job?
No.
And people
Okay.
look at you as lazy.
Okay, there's
but-
that. You want to say something?
Wait a minute. Can I say something?
Okay.
Excuses. That's the word.
Yeah, that's it, because
Laziness.
Excuses.
Listen, laziness.
There is no such limit to what you can do.
thank you.
So when you make
Can
such
achieve
a
anything.
clumsy statement that we are being judged, so what?
I think an
Yeah,
old,
what's the
an
question?
old
I've been
man's
called a fat
definition
guy.
of laziness.
Sure you have, but
It's
so what?
different.
Different.
From mine.
An old man's
Yeah.
definition
Wait.
of laziness, like your parents.
Let me
It's
say
different.
Yeah.
You want to be a lawyer, engineer.
Okay, no,
not
no.
to-
Okay, but you see,
Klaus.
but that's the thing. Klaus, right?
The question was clear.
You're a rapper, right?
Jotham.
Exactly.
But you grind, right? Exactly. But you're not. Okay, you know, according to them, yes.
Yeah,
But
but
like,
laziness.
okay, but according to
I
us, right?
understand.
I've met people who say, "Man, me I'm a rapper," but they don't grind. They don't grind at all.
Can I please make a
I
point?
see you
Can I
always in the
please make a
studio.
point?
You studio,
Can I
you
please,
studio,
can I
right?
please make a point?
You're grinding, and that's a good thing.
Relax. I think our parents, the question was clear. He said the older generation is blaming us, is labeling us as lazy, right? Who's to blame? Them.
They overbaby that.
So if they are to blame,
I'm telling you, they overbaby some
just
people.
please listen. Let's listen to each other. I listen because I need to answer you. So listen to me, please. Our parents, if you want a child to be successful at a young age, you should be able to be identifying what this child is interested in at a younger stage. Build on that, facilitate that. Listen, our parents were cowards. They allowed the system to control them.
So, yeah, their
Go to
definition
work,
of laziness.
go to work in the morning, leave your kid
because
home,
of-
come back at night. They have to go to school, do homework, sleep. That's it. How now? What,
No, but-
what do you expect from us?
Okay.
Good question. Let me answer. Us, we are supposed to prove them wrong. But you know what? You guys messed us up. But guess what? We won't mess ourselves up. We won't mess our kids up.
But
We are going to stand out. That's why he's going to rap. He's not going to hustle for that job you're saying. He's going to make himself a job.
At the end of the day,
and
how
he will
much money?
end up employing a producer, a DJ, an MC
whole
that
gang.
another you would be exploiting. You get?
yeah, but okay, but no, okay,
You get
true,
it?
true. No, I get your point, right?
Jotham, let's stop making the excuses, please.
But what
First of all, if
excuses
someone is lazy, they are to blame. Okay,
That's
not
what I
the
said.
entire generation.
I
Okay?
said-
So society is going to we are going to be, it's simple as this. We are going to be classified. You fall here and here, simple as that, in a very short time.
No, but you see, okay,
So you are going to be able to define yourself.
okay, true. But you see, I think it's also, I think you just told me not to overgeneralize, right? In the sense of like saying,
Okay,
okay,
man.
all those guys are lazy. But even also, our parents, you know, we all grew up in different homes. I don't know how all of your parents treated you, but for me, my mom was always supportive in what I did, right? Because even in her time when they were telling her lawyer, doctor, because even her, she did things, not widely unconventional, but conventional at that time that people told her, you are fool. And she did it. And so even me, growing up, whatever I said, oh, I want to do this, said, oh, try. When I get tired of it, she still says, it's okay. Until finally I got what I wanted, and she supports. So I think,
So this is what we are telling other parents to do. You get it?
Facilitate what
facilitate.
Support your child.
I think, yeah, that's
So-
what
so
I told
Because
you,
they're
me, I
not
went to boarding. I went to boarding from primary one,
point.
P1. That's not fair. Parents need to create that time with their children. First of all, I think
You learn how to grind too early.
it's utter nonsense. It's utter nonsense to send a kid out there as it's
Straight from
to
nursery.
meet total strangers,
Firstly,
and you yourself you're a
that's what I
stranger.
don't agree with. They're teaching you how to become a man.
I am not disputing that.
In P1,
I am not disputing that.
You're
It is
so
rather,
yes.
wait,
You're a man.
it is rather,
What
You're
man
very
listens
bold.
it is rather depriving you of the right to love yourself and look
look towards what you're supposed to be doing, not towards what society is saying. The best people are lawyers.
So no,
but
But you know, that for example, you being sent, like my mom had the same issue. She was sent to secondary school in P1. But I mean,
Body
school.
I was like, hey.
So, but
You're lucky, I know.
you also have to understand the fact that when she was in P1, you know, it was during a Amin's regime. Uganda was a very unsafe country.
Exactly.
So back then, it made sense to do that.
It's safe at school.
Today, you cannot justify that as well as my grandmother could back then with my mom. So you see, we inherited all the older generation's issues. You understand, mistakes that they made were put forward to us. Expectations that they themselves were alluded to, you know, have been projected
All the
to
pressures.
us. You understand? That's why I remember in the other previous episode I said there are only 3 professions for parents: lawyer, doctor, or failure. They are incapable of seeing the world through a wider lens because for them, their parents also. You understand? It's a sort of a vicious cycle. So, and laziness, I also feel, depending on how it's being, I'm not sure how the question was framed, but laziness can also be a matter of opinion. You understand? Your parent calling you lazy does not mean that you are lazy.
Yeah.
You understand? Being a DJ 10 years ago was not a joke. Today, people make millions of
Okay,
dollars
no,
from
but
the profession.
I think you're making lazy seem subjective, but it is not subjective.
It was in
It
the
is
best
objective because you can you know, measure it against certain metrics. For example, you can say, okay,
But
when this when this person actually what are the
there is no
results?
uniform
What
metric
metric?
to success. There is no uniform metric to success. Let me tell you. There is
Laziness power.
Let me tell you something.
No,
There is someone who works day in, day out, like for example, as a barkeep, right? That's the most profitable job, but they are happy. They have made it like they are comfortable. To them, according to their life and what they wanted in life, they are successful.
Definitely.
You might
what I'm
not
saying.
view them as successful
metric-
because they're not driving a car or because they don't have the big house. Or you understand? That's what I'm saying. If success, there's no uniform metric to measure success. So therefore, how can you say there's also a uniform metric to measure laziness?
Okay, but no, okay, fine. But I think most of the times when people talk about success, it is based on financial metrics. That's the honest truth. Can we all agree to that?
No.
When you
said
people talk about
usually.
success, I said usually, like when someone says, oh my god, this person is successful, because they have money.
Yeah.
We all agree with that, right?
Okay, yeah.
And so that is the metric I'm trying to say, right? I'm not saying, because me personally define success as, are you happy? Are you pleased with what you have accomplished, what you have achieved? Are you happy? Because at the end of the day, you can have billions and billions of dollars, but unhappy. Are you successful? You are successful, you know?
Yeah.
That's the point. And you can be broke as fuck, but still, you know, happy.
So it's subjective, not objective.
No. But I was saying,
No,
So because you said it's objective,
wait
the
a minute.
laziness is
no,
objective.
it's objective in the sense of a financial, if you give it a certain
yeah,
name,
that-
like,
no,
you
no,
leave it
I was
open.
But still,
Yeah,
that's right.
Okay,
I think
no, no,
even
Edwin wanted to say something.
Big numbers. What Jotham was saying in terms of metric, whatever of laziness. You guys are going far, talking about job, about bands, about what, cars, what. Like if you think about it, basics, back to basics. If I'm to give you the example of like chores at home, right? If there are dishes in the sink and nobody else is going to do it, and I see that a need for the dishes to be done, and obviously me doing it contributes to the society of home and taking care of the house, but I don't do it, I think that for just the mere sake of I don't want to do it, it's not that I'm incapable of doing it, no, I just feel like, you know, like should I really do it? Like I don't want to do it, I have better things to do. Like I feel like in terms of metric for laziness, you know what I mean? Back down to an individual standpoint.
When it's given a very general, broad, then it becomes subjective. But when you really put it into categories, then it
like
becomes
basic human.
metrics,
I call it
yeah.
human 101. Like, you know, do you lay your bed? Do you brush your teeth in the morning? Do you like?
Yeah, true.
That's
I think what we need to
basic
consider
laziness,
is things are different from what they were back then. Now we're living in a rapidly accelerated, unprecedented culture. You get me? Things are moving fast. Just like you guys talked about social media earlier. our parents don't know how to deal with social media because it's fairly new to them, fairly new to us. Now there's mental health issues and so on and so forth. They don't know how to deal with it because things are moving fast. You get me? So, so now there's, if your values were not put right back then from your infancy, because now, for example, you guys talk about expression here in Uganda, for example, for you to be a musician and fashion and things of that nature, your parents are going to come against you from the jump because they don't know. You cannot blame them because they do not know any better.
True.
My
It's
parents,
true, but it's honest. It's nonsense.
that's what I'm saying. It's subjective, not objective. That's what I'm saying.
that's why that's subjective.
So I feel like we're in a phase where things are sort of moving fast, but we have to now equally catch up to the times. I know that you have. Remember, I talk about authenticity. My definition of success is what makes you come alive. That requires it to be different from the next man. If you're unique from the next man, it's going to require time, patience, self-discovery, self-actualization. Or taking fast. Are we willing to do those things? Because from our infants, we've been told to look like the next man, study that course like your cousin, do this and that and that, and then all of a sudden you got guys with a medical degree but they're selling tomatoes in a window. Trust. You get me? You got guys do all that looking for goods.
And that one is another question. Has the internet and technology contributed to the... Has the internet and technological disorder, internet and technology era contributed to the supposedly lazy culture among the youth today?
No.
What's the definition of laziness?
Because I think
I guess
now
in social media,
internet and technology is
It's a
lot of work.
It is.
Not like me who's a rapper, right? I'm good in the studio. Social media, I don't know jack shit.
I don't know jack
If I could have someone to handle that shit for me,
No, because actually people
could
who
get that
actually
person,
study
you
marketing
understand?
and know how to do,
exactly. Like,
It's
it's harder than people think.
No, I
That's
think
not
I guess
laziness.
it comes because I feel like the internet, social media, all that, that's a tool.
Yeah,
You understand?
it's a vehicle.
It's simply.
I think I know.
It's a vehicle. It's simply a means. You understand?
It's legitimacy.
It cannot be therefore characterized as either bad or good or good.
Yeah.
Now it depends on who is using it
and
how
how
you use
exactly.
it. You understand?
So, I think that whole perception of social media and internet, because parents think that we're lazy, is because they don't understand.
Yeah, they
You know, when you tell your mom or dad
Their definition of laziness.
that, oh my God, I'm trying to, I'm on Instagram because I'm trying to promote my business or my, following or whatever.
Thank you.
They'll be like, you're wasting time. It doesn't there.
To supplement
just
what you're saying,
Yeah.
the other day, I was in a car with my mom and my brother, and then my mom was telling my brother, oh man, your brother is just in his room all the time, I never see him like coming outside, and she's doing her rant and stuff. And then, because in her definition, her generation is, she likes to wake up and take her half an hour and all that stuff. She's like, I need to see you dig. I want to see you
doing.
I'm also in my garden. I'm on my laptop, in my garden, grinding.
Like, even a bigger garden. Yeah.
And I think
like I'm
another
growing my
thing,
nakati and stressing.
you talked about the metric of success being equal to money. I think another thing that makes them look at us as lazy is because for them, their measure of success or to see that someone is working hard, things must be so tough. You must be spending long hours at the office, coming home late. They must see it on your face that you're working hard. But then if you see someone, nobody is. But then it's different because, as his mom was saying, your brother's always in his room. I'd never see him. For her, she doesn't get that. Even though he's working hard, she doesn't think in her head he's taking long hours. He's coming home late. He's so busy. He can't attend to this and this because she doesn't get it. And yet he's working equally hard, if not
In their time.
So then does it become our responsibility to redefine it? To redefine it so that we do not make the same mistakes, for example.
We already
Because you understand, the thing that our parents failed to do was realize that things change and acknowledge the fact that, again, like we said, subjectivity, their metric of, saying who is successful and what is not the same as what reality has based it to be today. So redefine the term. What exactly is success? Accept the fact that there are different metrics, and that what in my eyes might be successful might not necessarily, meet your own metrics of success.
So Craig, here's the thing. I feel like what you're saying basically is you have to know self, right? which is what we're lazy. That's what I'm saying. First of all, we are lazy. We need to admit that fact. We have to acknowledge that we are lazy. Social media reveals who you are. It doesn't change you. If you're a waste man, you're going to be a waste man on social media. You get me? If you're into sort of sharing different kinds of rubbish on that platform, it just fuels who you are basically. Just like them doesn't change you. It reveals who you are. So it's a secondary consequence of knowing who you are. I like to say the answer to the world around you is the world within you. You get me? So really and truly, it just battles what it just gives birth to who you are. Like so what you're basically saying, am I taking time through civil rights, science, technology, medicine, so on and so forth? There have been men and women who dared to believe there was more than what meets the eye. And as a result, they instigated an age of wild adventure. Why are you saying it now? As a result of someone who thought he was judged, ridiculed, laughed at, mocked. That's why you being a rapper and whatnot, that's what I'm saying. My prayer is you have something much bigger than self. You being laughed at now, they mean Jack. The same guy is laughing at you. Tomorrow we'll be coming and calling you their boy. That's my nigga, that's my nigga. Bro, you're not my nigga. He kept joking, he kept laughing at me thinking I'm a waste man. But I knew myself. I'm not moving based on what your definition of success is. I'm moving based on who I believe I am. What makes me come alive. That requires a lot of time. It's not easy to discover self. You get me? So, we are lazy because we do not want to take the time to find out who we are and why we are here. What's the nature of your existence here? Are you here to be like the next man and just sound like the next man and look like the next man and talk like the... Bro, no, forget that, man. You know a statistic. So it's going to take time for you to lock yourself in the room, figure yourself out, find out what I'm good at, how can I contribute to the betterment of the people around me, how can I find... So in that time you're going to get laughed at, you're going to get ridiculed, you're going to get mocked, but you have a bigger picture in mind. And that's how ultimately we shape culture. But system has told us, fake it till you make it. That's the dumbest phrase. Fake it till you make it. Bro, you don't understand, man. So, by the time you actually fake it till you make it, you get to a point where you can't even figure out who you are.
Yeah, you lose.
Like you've lost sight of what it is. Like, what was it? Why am I here? That's how depression, loneliness, and things like that emerge. That's how they emerge. You wake up one morning, you don't want to leave bed. Because it's a culmination of you constantly trying to sound, look, give, like the next. So first and foremost, we have to admit that we are lazy. We can't really blame our folk, the old folk. The old folk made their own mistakes, man. Right now, everything afforded, like everything is in your face. No, but you know what I'm saying? It might be difficult for you to agree to, but ultimately, we have done the blame game for far too long. It didn't get us anywhere. It doesn't get us anywhere.
You guys.
That's what you're saying, act. But now act on the precipice of what? Of knowing that there's a deep-seated issue. Above that, you have to know that deep-seated issue. Don't just say there's an issue. No, you have to know the issue.
But people are in a society where we are not given an opportunity to voice.
Yeah. But we're voicing here, no?
But we're voicing no, but you guys.
But
you know how many guys are doing this right now?
Right? Yeah. They are saying we're lazy, right?
Yeah.
Us versus
but we need leverage.
But no.
Are they willing to even find out from us?
I believe they will. If we have, let me tell you,
they are not, because they're already judging us.
Bro, let's make this practical.
Show them,
prove them wrong.
Show them. We can't show them what they didn't show us. What are you saying?
No. Let's make this practical.
Only show our kids.
Let's make this practical. Personally, I was judged because of getting into the music. My old folk gave me chat for days. You see what I'm saying? They gave me chat for days. Thankfully, I started to hone my craft, but I was not in the country. So when I moved back in, my old folk couldn't understand it. I remember my mom telling me about my aunties and uncles telling me, this, that, and the third. I told my mom, don't tell me about them guys. The only thing I focus on is you. And you're going to understand it with time. As I tell you right now, she's 100% behind it because she's seen the results of who I am. I told her, you'll see, just be kawa. Don't tell me about those old folk. Those old folk will come with their hands out. Hey, we'll raise the skin. Don't tell me about them guys. Am I shifting the narrative? I'm doing so.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So let's not make it generic and ideology. Let's make it practical. What's happening now? My mom, simply, she didn't get it. To this day, she didn't get it. But she's like, great. There's something happening in that
Something
corner.
else.
There's something
But
happening.
you see, Derrick,
And I know you.
You're being productive, right? With your time, you're doing something, right? Everyone here, at least I know to some level, and I can tell that you have some productivity in your lives. You're doing something to go towards your dreams or to better yourself, whatever it is. There are some people who don't do anything, given so many opportunities.
Yeah.
I look at some people and I'm like, you should be doing something with your time.
Yeah.
Even I don't care whatever it is. If it means saying, okay, I want to do makeup, go. If I want to become an acrobat, go. Do whatever, right? But do something, you know?
Because we do not have a perspective big enough to
You can't be doing nothing.
You can't be doing nothing.
As a kid, we were always doing something. Where did that adrenaline die?
You see, that's why laziness
So there's
comes.
many factors.
That's why they call
that's what I'm saying.
someone lazy. If they're not being productive with their time, and by productivity, I mean, of course, it's still subjective to you, right? Because what do you define? It means you're going towards your happiness, your goals, your ambitions. If you're not, then you're lazy.
No man give a very important. He's given a very
How do you
important
do
point. You see,
that?
when we were kids, we were very curious. But along the way, we're educated away from our creative capacities.
That's true. That is very true.
That's hands down. We're told not to make mistakes.
Do you agree that it's affecting us today?
100%. Definitely. 100%. But that's what I'm telling you now that we know there's a deep-seated issue.
There's a bigger issue.
That's what I'm telling you. In our lifetime, I'm not quite sure. That's what I was saying in my man's here. In my lifetime, but
You're not trying to change
are we
the
enlightened enough to know that we can shift the narrative? The next 50 maybe years, beyond us, we have to be comfortable enough to admit that things are terribly wrong. That's what I'm saying. We've been educated away from our creative capacities. We've been messed up, man. Everyone is a carbon copy of the next man. Everyone is just So we have to know there's an issue in order for us to actually work and act accordingly.
You know, I've met so many.
But if we move based on what those guys are saying,
I've met so many people, and it's very sad, right? Guys, you know, I've met so many people, and it's very sad that, you know, someone tells, I ask you, so what do you want to do in your life? You know, what makes you happy? I just want money. You know, that thing. I'm like, you think that brings happiness? And if that's the issue, they measure success against
parents say you don't have money.
No.
Real quick. I have a question.
Yeah, that's the thing. You might have a plan.
Jotham, I have a question. But what if to that person just wanting money is what makes them happy?
Right? But no.
First.
You know, you.
Wait, you have your opinion, yes? And you have what, like most people here have. But what if to say to me, man, just want money?
Just want money.
But you want it for what?
I can do whatever I want because I want to be able.
That's the next question.
Because I want to be able to do what I want to do. Without money, no.
But the big question is
but you know that without that passion,
you want the money to do what makes you happy.
My passion is to make money. My passion is to make money. It makes me happy to make money, to get money, to buy things that I want.
But guess what? Let me tell you.
How I want.
You see, this cause was caused by money. But let me tell you, it was not because that people wanted money to organize this thing. You know,
it's not.
It was born because of money. Of ideas and said, this is my, my dreams, and that's how you get the money. In fact,
But the whole root thing of this, all these things, so they cost money.
They do.
And say for me, I want money.
You don't have passion for what you do. You cannot make money.
It's passion. If I make money. If
everyone around you,
that's true.
I conquer.
Thank you. But no, you have to be passionate.
Exactly. I'm passionate about making money.
He has answered the question appropriately. We do not. We say it wrongly. We actually want money. We do not. You need. No.
When you do not. No, for me, my success is if I define success.
You want money.
You want the things that money can buy.
You want money to make sure that you can have what you need.
Yes, you want the
if you get everything you need without money, you would be satisfied, right?
You want to be satisfied.
So you don't really want money, but you don't really want.
But in the world, you have that money, but you could get what you wanted.
So which means that money cannot be.
But now that's
it cannot be.
Can I please say something? I beg to be clarified. Happiness. You guys, we can't be happy forever. No. There are times of, even the Bible says, there's time to cry. The most important thing in life, to me, is peace of mind. Once you have peace of mind,
that's happiness. Man, I'm not talking about happiness like emotional. I'm not talking about
being happy every day.
No, I'm not talking about that. You're talking about the happiness, the emotional joy, right? I'm talking about the peace of mind.
It's totally
When you have peace of mind,
let's say I'm a parent. I come back home. I'm going to be. I may be sad that maybe you guys have done something at home and I'm sad, but I have peace of mind that I can provide for you. I'm going to have school fees. I have peace of mind that my husband.
Because if you have no peace of mind, how can you be happy?
So I have no worries.
How can you be? Answer me. Tell me that. How can you be happy? If you don't have any peace of mind, how can you be happy?
Happiness is temporary.
Peace of mind. I'm telling you, it's happiness.
Happiness is temporary. You could be happy today and be unhappy for the next one.
But if I have peace of mind, I have
peace of mind comes from being comfortable in your own skin.
Yeah,
and then you have now.
But peace of mind is also not a permanent state.
Right.
You understand?
Of course.
But you
peace of mind can
you can't necessarily. They're not mutually exclusive. You understand?
Yeah.
You cannot necessarily have one without the other. You understand?
Yeah.
I cannot say I am happy and not have peace of mind.
Yeah. That's so serious.
Yeah.
Neither can I say I have peace of mind and I'm not.
True. Exactly. Thank you. You cannot.
They're not mutually exclusive.
I think we're mixing the
two.
No.
True. No.
I bring up this point and I want to make it before you even make it. If I'm wrong, clarify me. We all have two hands, yeah. So let me define it. If I don't have if I have one arm, I'm automatically not going to be happy, like, you know. Please wait.
Let it breathe.
I have to have one hand. Of course, I can't be fully content. I can't perform everything. I'm not really happy, but I have peace of mind because I'm alive. I have a reason to be awake and moving every day. That's what I call peace of mind. Even if you have billions of money, even if you have the most beautiful woman, that's what you call it happiness. You have the most beautiful woman on earth, but your mind does not give you peace.
You can't sleep.
Interpret the word peace of mind. You can have billions of money and not sleep. You can have the most successful. I'm defining happiness for you. You can have the most successful kids, but still don't sleep.
If you're
I understand, but I think it's about the emotion.
And you're not happy, then how can you say you have peace of mind?
Peace of mind is
out.
Let us have this with this topic.